Yeah, good mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just trying to get warmed up a little bit.
I'm not sure my late arrival at this one. I should have maybe checked first. It looks pretty brutal.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
I'm just trying to get up a little bit. Yeah, your legs warm. It's freezing, isn't it?
yeah, it's pretty chilly.
So, my what?
Hello? 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Bit rough. Sounds
The
like
audio is so bad.
Yeah.
yeah.
What the hell?
Think about which bike I'm having.
Folks.
Going to be tough. Going to be a hard race.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a tough one, isn't it?
It's going to be long.
43k, 400 meters as well. It's flying.
Yeah. 43 kilometers.
Or 60.
So like 50, more than 50 minutes, I'd say. Yeah, 55, something like that.
Yeah. Do you know if Jake is going to come in DS?
I think Jake is supposed to be coming.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Hello.
I was just Jenny talking with the 13.
Oh, yeah. How did she do?
Maybe not her best race. She struggled on the sprints.
Yeah, those sprints, man, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, when you don't sprint, like I usually burn out. Like even sometimes it feels like it burns you out more. It's so hard, man.
Yeah.
So what's your plan, Patrick? Are you going to sprint from the gun?
Yeah, I think so. I'll try to keep with the front and just time it right. I guess that's the key to get the foul points.
Yeah. I think I'm going to skip like the first lap, maybe.
Yeah.
Or the first 2 laps, because like the heavy sprinters will be there for sure in the first lap.
Yeah.
Maybe later the group will be thinner. And I think it makes more sense for me to sprint later. but
Yeah,
we will see.
I've made the mistake in previous week
Yeah,
of going too hard for the first one and not actually making it.
yeah. Like you pay the price for the rest of the race sometimes. So I don't want to feel that way.
What up, people?
Yeah.
What up?
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, man.
What up,
Yeah.
sports director?
Well, so I hate to tell you, but that guy that we banned for having the child account is back. And
yeah.
he's created a new account. So I think we're going to try and get him rebanned by Zwift. But today you're just going to have to deal with him. He might get DQ'd after the fact. Don't panic.
40 seconds.
It is what it is. Just have to deal with him.
30 seconds.
Okay, and remember, you don't all need to kill yourself on this first one. But we do need people to go for some points. I suggest that you try and save people like Alvaro. If you want to save your matches for the final, the
I
second
think I'm gonna take
half.
like
Yeah.
the first 2 laps, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because if we all
5
go
seconds.
for
Go.
if we all go for it, then that's less points on offer. If you think about it, because there's only 10 foul spots available. So if 6 of us are going for points, it's actually not really cost effective. So you're probably best off picking 1 or 2 riders each lap to go for it. But you know the drill. The main thing here is going to be, even if you're not going for points, you're going to have to put in a surge on the rises to not get dropped. They're really not long enough. The only difficult bit is going to be the really steep bit on the KOM bypass, but it's like 10 seconds long, if that. So you're just going to have to put in a surge there, whether you like it or not. But I think unless it's a reduced group of 10, you guys should all be okay to not get dropped there, unless you're already totally cooked from the sprints, in which case that is what it is, isn't it? You've done your job already.
Yeah.
But if you're not totally cooked and you're planning on hanging on, I think you'll all be okay to get over that bypass just with a bit of a surge. And then the important thing as well is, on the sprints, if you're not going for the sprints, you're still going to have to make sure you're connected to the group at the back, guys. You can't let any gaps open up because there's a rise straight after the sprint, isn't there? So if there's any gaps, they'll just get exaggerated. Sorry, Alvaro, go on.
I was going to say that there are a lot of power-ups in this race. We have to use them wisely. And we have like 2 power-ups, right? Every lap.
Yes, correct. I think if you're going for sprint points, the power-up's going to be super useful. Without them, I'm not really too bothered for other points on the course. The feather might be useful on the KOM bypass. Somebody's potentially going to try and... Somebody looked like they just went off the front of the group and then disappeared. So that was interesting. Somebody just got 10 meters off the front of the group and then literally disappeared. Okay. But yes, the power-ups will be useful. If you're going for sprints, those of you that have done the sprint series on this one will know this sprint very, very well. But those of you that haven't done it on the sprint series, there's the little rise just before it as you go over the top. And then the sprint is at the bottom of this descent. You're going to be going like 70 kph when you hit the bottom of the start of the sprint. So it's about maintaining your speed from the descent. You're much better off on this one going halfway down the descent than at the start of the sprint line, because it's just too late. You're flattened out then. You're going to lose a load. So realistically, the way we always say to go for it for FTS is when you go down the descent, as you turn left, you already need to be at full speed before you've turned left, before you go around that bend, like way before it, really. I'll call it out when we get there. But again, that's mainly for FTS. I think with FAL, it's going to be slightly different. I don't really know if it's going to be more prudent to get to the front of the group. But what I will say is when we've had riders who are at the very front of the group, so if you're in the front 3 riders on that on the descent and you're going for foul points, you're probably going to get swallowed by everybody behind you. So maybe try and not be in the front couple of riders as we're going down the descent. But it's a balancing act, guys. It's a balancing act. Just do what you can. Okay, who's going for points here then?
Safe.
Yep, good on you, Steve. Okay, get ready. Here we go, guys. You're getting over the top. You're going to be at the end of this sprint inside 40 seconds. You're going to have done the sprint effort and be recovering inside 40 seconds here. That's how close we are. If you go for FTS, start winding it up pretty shortly. If you go for foul, then you can afford to go a little bit later. Go on, Steve. Go on, mate. Go on, Colin. Go on. You two are in a great position here. Come on. Bite down on the mouthpiece. Let's go. Let's go. You're picking up points here. You're picking up points. Bit more, bit more, bit more. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good work. I'll get you some official scores in a minute, but don't worry too much about it for now. That was great effort. Just free will. If you're in the front group, if you're Steve and Colin here, you should be able to almost take your foot off the pedal whilst the group behind catches up to you. Stewie, you're in a good spot there as well. Hey, great work, guys. Try and get as much recovery as you can now. This is going to be basically, you know, this course. It's going to be that. You're going to have to go hard on that part every lap, and you're going to have to go hard on the KOM bypass every lap. Other than that, you should be able to recover between the efforts. It shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be is the operative word there.
Unless you're in the second group, like me.
Yeah, if you like I said, guys, you can't afford to ease up even on the sprints if you're not sprinting. You've got to be in those front groups. If you're not, you may get a chance to reconnect, but you might not.
I did, but I killed myself.
Yeah, you got to be real careful there. It's almost worth, like we said before, it's almost worth just kind of doing a micro sprint on those efforts because you're going to have to put one in anyway to stay in the group. Okay, get a little bit of recovery now. Try and spin those legs as best you can. And remember this KOM bypass. I know it's brutal and I know it's steep, but it's so short and you're all strong enough that you should be fine to get over this. Just think as well, if you do well in this one, you'll be in Eric Slonge's article, won't you? On Zwift Insider. And the group draft is going to really help you here, guys. It's the only bit there's not a draft is the very, very top. So you can really afford to sit behind people and let them work for you here until it gets to the very top and then put in just a surge for 10 seconds. I'm guessing Stewie's comms aren't working because he keeps dropping in and out. Okay, guys. You're doing well. Still loads of draft here. And remember, the group's so big here. If it disconnects and there's a front group of 10, they're not staying away. So as long as you're in the front, you just have to make sure that you're in the front 30 riders here, I think. Someone's putting in an attack, but that might well be that sandbagger, so don't worry too much. Yeah, big push here, guys. Big push. No one's getting away. No one's getting away. It's just to not get dropped. Look, it's almost over. You're basically there now. Big push. Everybody's looking great. Yeah, all looking good. Well done. You made that look easy. Recovery incoming. Group season up now. They're doing 2.5 on the front. bit of recovery here, guys. It's going to be pretty much easy here through the lap banner, and then it will be that slight little incline again before the S's. So just spin the legs, make sure you're in the front group. Beautiful. This Sam Atkinson sandbagger with the child account who can do 11 watts per kilo for a minute is only doing 2.5. He's managing his effort, no doubt. Okay, Swift Power doesn't seem to have any results yet, unfortunately. So we just have to wait for those. Yeah, look at that blob. 55 deep group this is. But you've outlasted 30 riders there, guys. There's 30 riders off the back that are not coming back. Don't worry, these Wahoo cold pricks, they won't even have a team next year. Their sponsor doesn't give a shit. Fucking chatting in the race. Who do they think they are? If I was able to message him, I'd say, shut up, Wahoo, you're just a women's team and you're getting disbanded anyway. All right, guys, we're going to need some more heroes on this one.
I'm going to try.
Oh, there we go.
For some reason, Swift Power only seems to have the segment data for the A's. Helpful. Okay, here we go, guys. The Sam Atkinson prick's going right from the back and he's doing big numbers, so I think he's going to try and get to the front. Someone's gone off the front, but don't worry too much about them. Okay, Alvaro, don't kill yourself, though. We're going to need you later on.
I can't get to the front anyway.
It's okay. It's okay. Stu's in a really good spot. As is Patrick. Says Alvaro, if you're going to wind up, go now. If you're going for points, go now. Yeah, there's points to be had here. Go on, Patrick. Good work, Patrick. Good job, Stewie. Yeah, ease up. Let this group come back together. No surprise there that that Sam Atkinson guy got first, doing 18 watts per kilo. But we'll get him banned after the fact, so don't worry about it now. Don't be disheartened if you see you going really hard and that guy's pulling away from you, because it's just not real. It's just not real. The numbers aren't real. So don't panic. Looking good. It looks like everybody's in this group. Tommy, you're going to have to put in a bit of a dig here, mate. Everything you got on this little ramp. Go on, Tommy, you're nearly there. You're nearly there. Bit more, bit more. Go on, if it goes over the top, you're screwed. Go on, lad. Everything you've got here, everything you've got, and then there's loads of recovery. Go on, you're nearly on. You're nearly on. Come on, you're nearly there. You're nearly there. Big push, big push. Ali, Ali, Ali. Go on, Tommy. Yes, good lad. Beautiful. Well done, mate. Well done. That was exceptional. Now ease up as best you can. Try and spin the legs. Get them spinning at a low power. That's it. Beautiful. Use that momentum to carry you over the rise there. You've already done the hard work. You put the power in. Momentum's carrying you. Beautiful. And then just stop pedaling as best you can on the descent while sticking in the groove. Try and ready yourself for the incline. It's not. I know. It's difficult to think the KOM bypass is coming up. You'll be okay. Just get a bit of recovery now. You're going to get at least a minute or two's worth of recovery, and then it's just another surge. So I know it's brutal, guys. That's all this race is going to be: surge, recover, surge, recover. And as you see there, as Tommy found out then, it's really tough to try and get back onto a big group. It's just very, very difficult. That was heroic. Great work. Right, loads of drafts still. That front group's been reduced even more now, guys. So every lap or every kilometre you're hanging that group, you're doing really, really well. Outlasting a shitload of people. Here we go. You're all doing really well. Good positioning. Right, guys, we need 20 seconds of hell from you here if you want to stay in this race. Let's go. Push, push, push. Come on, Tommy. You've worked really hard to get here. Push, 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 push. Beautiful. You're gonna be okay, Tommy. You're gonna be okay. Why not let that wheel go there? Everything you got. Ali, 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 Ali. Come on, you need it there. You need it there. Look, a few more meters. There's the top. There's the top. That's the recovery incoming. You're in. You're in. You're in. You're in. Don't let the wheel go there. Beautiful. That group should come back together again now. Just make sure you're with those riders. Don't let that wheel go. Push, 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 push. Beautiful. Well done, Tommy. Well done. Just don't let that wheel go in front of you. Let them try and close the gap. Just don't let that wheel go. Yeah, see the pace of this group here. It's going to be really fast. You might be in trouble here. I'm hoping the group will ease up a little bit on this and it'll come together on the flat. Micro sprint here. They'll go with you. They'll try and help you. Everybody knows they're in the same spot. This guy's going 10 watts per kilo. Get on his wheel. Beautiful. This guy's giving you a lead out. He's taking you back to the front of the group. You can go over the top of him.
Sorry, Tommy. I'm done. Follow up.
Good effort, Tommy. Well done, mate. That was brutal. Just try and hold on as best you can in this position. Now, if you can try and sit in the top 50, there's more points for top 50 than 50. If you get in top 50, it's more than 50 first.
Okay.
Top 50 is one extra point, and we know sometimes that 1 point can make all the difference. But you did really well there, mate. It was going to be uphill after you had to do that big push to get back on.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know, it's savage. As soon as you get out of the draft, it's over, basically. It's a great effort to get back on initially, though. Really good push that was. You just done over by the fact the next difficulty was about 500 meters. Yeah. Another K and you'd have been absolutely fine. You'd have got enough recovery. Okay, guys, so it's top 50 now. Okay, Horsley doing 5 watts per kilo on the front, trying to get away. I think that's ambitious. I really do. You're going to have to hold 5.5 to the sprint line, I think. Yeah, he's only doing 4.1. He's going to get swallowed. There's others that are starting to bridge up as well. So it looks like there's a group of 3 that are off the front. So they're going to probably take a decent chunk of these foul points unless the group sweeps them. But at the minute, I think they will get swept. And again, I wouldn't worry about the people off the front. I just worry about sitting in the group and picking up whatever foul points there are. If there's a couple of riders off the front, it just is what it is. Can't beat everybody. Can't go follow every wheel every time. These riders have got an 8-second gap. They're probably going to get some foul points here, I think. But they're cooked. They're totally cooked. And when the group starts sprinting on that descent, they're going to really gain on them. Although it's interesting, the group behind these people are doing 3.8 and they're gaining time on the group behind because the group behind is doing 1.5 on the front. So that's really interesting. They've been doing less than 4 and they've been gaining. Very interesting. Yeah, it's going up. It's 12 seconds. They should definitely scoop some points here. So just get what you can. No, don't necessarily. This might be the lap if you're gonna try and go a bit easier on a lap and save a bit of energy. This might be the lap because the front 3 spots are already taken, and you're not going to catch them. I don't think. But we're still going to need to pick up a couple of points. Okay, they're still at 11 seconds and they're just on the descent, so they are going to get some points here. So don't kill yourself in this front group because you're only going to be fighting for 4th best at best. Yeah, fair play. That actually worked. That worked. Come on, guys. You got this. Go on, Patrick. Come on, Colin. Good work, guys. You know the drill now. Colin, Patrick, freewheel it. Let the group behind ease it. Jump up to you. Try and ease it as best you can. Get that recovery. Halfway down, guys. That's half of them done. Some reason Zwift Power's only giving me the top 10 for A, which isn't particularly useful. I guess it's because it's really busy, but there's no live positions either. So I've got absolutely no idea where it is. Oh, yep. Sam Atkinson got a 9.5, which is faster than anything we've ever done on the sprint series, which is quite funny. Somebody in the A division did 8.8. Absolutely insane. 8.8 is ridiculous. That's got to be 20 watts per kilo because we've done 9.7 is the best we've done on the sprint series. Okay, guys, you know what's required here. It's just going to be putting in enough of a dig to not get dropped. Don't be on the front of the group. Don't be doing any power you don't need to do. Just do enough to be at the front. Okay, now you know you've made it if you're orange slunge with a orange tick next to your name, don't you? It's the big time now, that is.
Feather's got to save me this time.
Yep, if you've got a feather, this is definitely the place for it. Everybody's got feathers. Fucking hell. That is a lot of feathers. Okay, beautiful. Job done, guys. It's over now. Now we're gonna need to get some recovery in. We're gonna have to go hard on this next one. We're gonna have to pick up a few points. So potentially, if anybody wants to volunteer themselves for sacrificial lamb duty, now's the time. We're gonna need to pick up some points on this one. See how you feel when we get a bit closer, get a bit of recovery. I know we've just done the difficulty. Look, there's Gareth James in his pink Tron in his nasty Wahoo black old jersey. We've got to fucking stick it to him tonight.
Steve is still in. I believe that.
Good. Everyone looks like they're still in. Yeah. Collins at the back of the group. He's the furthest one back and he's comfortably in the draft. So everybody looks good. Tommy's still plugging away, digging in deep. He's got his 50th spot, clinging onto it. He ain't going to let that go.
Slide right down now.
Yeah,
2 watts per kilo.
everybody's going to be totally cooked by this point. It's just attritional, isn't it? Surge and recovery. It's just, by this point, everybody is hurting for certain, except Sam Atkinson. I guess you guys wouldn't be suffering either if you were 30 kilos less than you actually were in real life.
Some of that.
I can only imagine how strong Steve would be with 30 kilos less. Can you imagine?
I'd have already won it. Already finished, mate.
Yeah. The watts per kilo would be off the chart. I can't. I've had a look on Zwift Power. I can't get a look on Zwift Power at the minute either. Zwift Power doesn't have any data yet. WTRL's website as well as Zwift Power. Sorry, I mean. So I've got nothing for you guys. I've got no idea how we're doing. Which means you're just gonna have to keep going, keep digging, fight for every last point. If anybody goes for a breakaway this time, maybe if anyone's feeling good, think about going with them, because that was a good idea last time. They put in a surge of 5 or 6 for about 20 seconds, and then they were doing 4, less than 4, and it just got bigger and bigger because a couple of people went with them. Again, we know our strengths. We're sprinters, so in an ideal world, this blob will get to that sprint line as one. I think they'd have had to have gone already, if I'm honest, to get a sufficient gap. So I think it's probably going to come down to this group. So if you're feeling good, guys, give it a dig. Try and pick up a few points here. We're going to need some. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's going for the break. Right, here we go. Oh, Gareth James is going for points. Go on, right on his wheel, Cole. Come on, Patrick. Yep, on Colin's wheel. Come on, boys. Yep, you're going to do well here. This is it. Beautiful.
Now I'm done.
Come on, Patrick, keep pushing. You've got 20 meters over the next group. Ali. Go on, Patrick. Go on. You're going to gain on them. They're not as good as you. They're not as strong. You got their draft. Oh, he's coming through. He's coming through for second, is he? Oh, perfection. Beautiful. Well done. Okay, ease up best you can. Everybody else, keep pushing through. Make sure you're in that front group.
Off the back.
Good effort, mate.
Fuck. I'm in trouble.
It's okay. You just get a bit of recovery here, Patrick. You're all good. Everybody's hurting. I know you've just put in a big dig. I know you have. Just use your drafting ability here. Good work. Yeah, that front group's down to 40-ish now.
44 in the front group.
Yep, still nothing on the results, I'm afraid, guys.
Oh, I've got Tom's back.
Yeah, you know the drill, guys. It's going to be easier this time. Yeah, I promise you it's going to be easier. Everybody's hurting.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Say that again?
I just wondered if Stewie, can you hear me?
We can now, mate, yeah.
Oh no, I've been radio silence. It's been a lonely hurt pain cave.
Yeah, I thought you might have been having some issues. All right, guys, just do enough here to make sure you're okay. That's it. It's over. It's nearly over. Yep, you're all good. Everybody's in. Good work, guys. Now's the time where you start thinking, if you're getting fed up of doing these little loops and you don't want to do that hill again, there is an answer, and it's to go all out on foul points on the next one.
I'll have a think about it.
Yeah, remember, guys, if you finish in, if you get to the finish line in the front group and you only get 30th, it doesn't really help us. It's better to try and get some points. Yeah, better to try and get some points on the foul than to aim for. You know, if you think you're just going to be getting 30th if you get to the finish anyway, you're better off killing yourself before the finish, ideally. But see how you feel on this next one.
Thing is, I just go slower on the downhill. So they get such a gap that I start sprinting from too far because of the downhill. I don't know why I can't.
You've got to be further forward on the hill, mate. You're too far back. Push here anyway, Alvaro. Get in this group. The reason they're so far ahead is they're starting their sprint on the incline, or at least they're getting. If you look at the people that are getting the front, they're doing orange numbers on the hill to get to the front, and then they're easing up a little bit on the descent, and then they're going hard again at the bottom. So it's surge on the incline to try and get to the front of the group and get a little bit of a gap, recover as best you can on the deeper part of the descent, and then as you're starting to approach the bottom of the sprint, wide it up again. That's how you get a good position and a good time on that one.
I will try that.
The trick to it is to not be in the front two riders, because if you're in the front two riders, you're totally exposed to the wind on the descent, and that's where people gain on you. Well, we just passed me. I'm on the side of the road there. You can't see me, but I am there watching, cheering on.
This league really is a step up, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah, this is because it's, you know, you get in B1, you get the ultimate sandbaggers in B category. So this Sam Atkinson guy should be banned. He was banned. He was banned the other day, and he's created a new account to get around it and signed up last minute, so we can't get rid of him. So that's the level of sandbagger that you're dealing with. Someone that's been banned by Zwift creates an account into the 2 hours before the sign up, so they can't be removed, and then races anyway. People are going for a break here. This could stick. Yeah, go on, Patrick, see if you can get it in. And there's a lot of recovery. As soon as that gap opens up, it's the group behind stops chasing because there's nobody in it, especially if there's a rider or two from each team in this break. Then the other two, so our team won't be incentivized to chase this now because you're in the group. So that's one team less chasing. Yeah, good work. Stewie, Patrick, you look like you're going to be the best position to get some points here. Meter your effort, save it a little bit. Do exactly what you're doing. Free wheel here. It's better to expend that energy a little bit earlier to be in a good position like you have done. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Go on, Stewie. You've got separation. You got a gap.
Oh.
Go on, Patrick and Stewie. There's 20 meters behind you, Patrick. So you guys have got a real good chance of picking up a few points here. You may not even have to totally kill yourself. It's 25 meters, 30 meters. It's a 30-meter gap. Go on, boys. Go on, Patrick. Go on, Stewie. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
Fuck.
Look at that. Second and fourth. Second and fourth. Beautiful. Well done, boys.
I can't
Well
fucking
done.
think.
Get a bit of recovery. Get a bit of recovery.
I can't think.
It's okay. If you can't sprint and you're not sure, you could always potentially try and go early, like break, you know, a K from half a K before or something like that. Just killing yourself at threshold to roll through and get 30th place at the end ain't going to help you boys. I hate to say it, I'm sorry, but you might as well kill yourself trying to get some points. I think whether that's kill yourself on the sprint or kill yourself making a break a K before the sprint to get away from everybody, I'm not sure. But if you're clinging on here and you're dying and you can't even get to the front, you might as well at this point think about potentially
Push
suiciding
Alvaro.
I'm so fucking good.
Push. Alvaro, come on. You can get in here. You can get in. You're nearly on. Look, a little bit more. And then there's a load of recovery.
He'll come straight to Alvaro to be on.
Go on, Alvaro. Good lad. And there, every second that you're in this group, Alvaro, you're in 39th place right now. So you're just opening the gap to the rider in 40th behind you, and that's an extra point. So even just
still
clinging
have
on.
the kick.
Yeah, I know it's tough, mate. I know it's tough. Maybe recover on this one, and then on the next lap, go on the S's, go early, just go all in with the understanding you're just gonna go in until you drop. Because those guys on lap 2 or lap 3, they weren't doing more than 6 for 30 seconds, and then they were doing 4, and it was just that 6 watts per kilo for 30 seconds to get a separation gap of about 30 meters, and then they held 4. That was it. And I know it's easier said than done when you're all cooked. I know I'm making it just sound like it easy numbers, and I know it's not. But you guys are just as strong as those riders were. Patrick and Stewie, you guys are looking like the most likely to pick up points, I think, at this point. So, meter yourselves. We're going to need you at the front.
Yep.
Fucking hell, boys, if you're feeling rough, don't worry. I've just seen a picture of Didier Drogba, and he looks about 800 years old. You can't be feeling as rough as he looks.
About that.
He's still playing for the Ivory Coast, though.
The pace on this is already way slower than the last couple of laps on this bit of the climb.
Is it S. Atkins the one who's the chief?
Yeah. That's him. Banned by Zwift because he created a child account to get around being upgraded to A. And then he's created a new account today, last minute. And it's his team that's naughty for letting him ride. His team manager, I've heard from several different other team managers, he's supposed to be a really good guy and wouldn't do that. Evidently, that's a load of shit. Nearly there, guys. Come on, Alvaro. Come on, Patrick. Bit of a dig here and you're in. Good stuff. Well done. And Atkinson's definitely bullshit because he reckons he can do 640 watts for a minute at 55 kilos. There's absolutely zero way. Zero way. I'm in the top 2% or 1% on Zwift, being able to do 9.8 for a minute at 62 kilos, and that's 590 watts. He can do 50 watts more than me, and he weighs 9 kilos less or something. It's just not possible. There's just no way those numbers are real.
25 kilos each leg and a head.
Yeah, if you look at his dual, what's really weird is he does a load of dual recording stuff. But if you look at his dual recording, it's off. So his dual recording is like 100 watts more on the power source that he uses for sprints. So when he does 640 watts for a minute. The other dual recording says he's doing 540 watts, but he's using the higher one, and so it's going, yeah, that's fine. So he's an idiot for uploading that stuff because it proves that A, he's probably weight doping, B, his power source is definitely off, and he's using the wrong one that's definitely off, that's showing a higher value. But Zwift will, I hate to say it, Zwift will never ban anybody properly because they pay a subscription fee. And if they ban them, they stop paying the money. Zwift is, after all, a business, so they won't ever ban anybody.
Things off.
Good effort, Steve. I know it's brutal, mate.
Mind you. Why not be?
You might get lucky here, when it eases up a little bit, because everybody's just going to be thinking about the incline in a sec. If you can close it, Steve, just give it a big effort. Try and close it as soon as possible, so it'll just get bigger. Go on, mate.
Yeah.
You're in. Good lad. That was great.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah. That's right, mate.
I'm at the front now.
Yeah, beautiful. Got an eye on you. I think what you saw last time was people try to break and everybody's cooked. A couple of people are trying it. Honest, is Sam Atkinson back there with you, Colin?
Yeah, we're all giving him loads of shit.
As if he got dropped off the back.
Don't know.
That's funny.
I've just said to him, is that another account? And someone else said, nah. And then I said, I think he's got about 8 kids now.
Just sit on his wheel. Fuck him. That's too good that he got dropped there. That's actually hilarious. He'll be fucking raging about that. I promise you. I promise.
Oh, that's
You don't
get your way back in and not do well.
You don't create second accounts to get unbanned and rejoin the race to try and join in and get binned off there, do you? You only do that because you think you're going to win because you know you're cheating. It just shows how hard this race is, guys. It just shows how really brutal it is. Yeah, we're going to need to try and get a couple more points, guys. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm going early.
Okay, Alvaro, go for it, mate. You got a gap. You got a gap. They're going to find it really difficult to chase you. They're going to have to be really committed.
Go on,
Go on, Alvaro, mate.
here.
Come on, buddy. You've got 40 meters here. This is going to stick. This is going to stick. Oh, go on, mate.
Go on, lad.
Go on.
Catch him, catch him.
Go on. Ali. Come on, Alvaro. Oh, this is going to be heroic. You're going to take first place. Oh, look, you're flying. You're flying. Go on, mate. And you'll get a little tiny bit of recovery on this descent. And then when you get to the bottom before the bend, that's when you hit it again with everything you've got. So just keep pushing here till it starts leveling out. Yeah, go on. Beautiful. Into the super tuck, a bit more. Okay, you're going to have to start smashing it when you hit these rocks. Come on, go. You've worked hard for this. You've worked hard. Push. Everything you got. This is what you've got to keep that speed up because they're going to close on you fast. The sprinters are. They're going to close in real fast when they start to come. Everything you've got. You've worked so hard to get here. Come on, you want these points. You're going to have to push, Alvaro. They're going to catch you. Everything you got. A little bit more. Go on, mate. Go on, a little bit more. You're going to get a few points still. Go on, Patrick. Oh, beautiful. Alvaro, that was heroic. You did so well there, mate. You still got 5th points. You got 5th points. And Patrick and Stewie got points as well. That was worth it. That was well worth it. Totally better to do that than to just get 30th place at the end. Beautiful. Well done.
Starting to get
Well
cooked.
done. Well done. You did it. You're good, Patrick. Everybody's just going to ease up to you guys. There's a gap behind. This may stick here, guys, because you've got a 30-meter gap. So try and not let the wheel go ahead of you because there's a big gaps behind you. So this may stick if people behind don't push. It's really spread out. It depends how quickly it groups up back together before that descent. It looks like it's coming back together-ish. Great work that was, Alvaro. That was beautiful.
I'm just not fit enough, man.
No, dude, that was awesome. That was exactly, that's how you get points. If you're not a top tier sprinter and you're not doing 14, 15 watts per kilo like the guys on the front are, that's how you get points, and you just nailed it. And it just a teeny bit more and you would have got taken first. Like, I think if you'd gone 15 seconds earlier than you did, you'd have taken it. It's sometimes it's just that. It's just your power looked great. It was just you just probably went slightly too late and the group was just within sight of you and they could see you were there. But if you'd gone 10, 15 seconds earlier, they'd have given up. That was exactly how you score points, mate. It was really good.
That's the only way I can score. I can't beat him in the sprint.
Yeah, you've got to take it where you can, and you're definitely strong enough to do that. Like we saw on that race finish a couple of weeks ago when you nearly stole the win. You got to use what brought you to the dance. You got to dance with her that brung you.
Last big dig now, fellas.
This is the point, boys, where I tell you, you're on for a good result here if you keep digging. If you don't score points on these next sprint or two in the finish, you're not. But if you do, you could easily get a top 3 here. Especially after that last result where you got 3 riders in the top 5.
That's it, fellas. We're up and over, and that's it. Stick with the front. Off your nuts up the hill. We got good enough.
This is it.
Sprinters that can finish us off.
Yeah. Exactly that. It's going to be difficult to get away on this hill, guys. I do think this is probably coming down to the sprint finish. So maybe when it gets to when you level off over the top of it and you get a bit of descent with 0.8k to go, maybe that's where your Stewies and your Alvaros think about it.
I dropped, man.
I know, dude. I know. Just mean, you guys, you're the kind of rider you guys are. Your Stewies and your Alvaros of this world, you're really good punchers. That's where you want to go, really. 700-800 meters out. Everyone will be looking at each other. No one will want to go with you. That's how I stole that win the other week. Nobody wants to go that early. They want to save it for the sprint.
There was actually one point, like after the downhill, where it levels off, everybody will be freewheeling.
Yeah, that's where you go. That's where you got to go. Yeah, if you're not a sprinter, if you're a stew and you want to go for a punch, that's where you got to go. And you just commit, going, this is going to be 1 minute to 1.5 minutes worth of effort, and then it's over and it's done. People are going to think about it here. That some people are starting to try and
1 kilometer.
People are trying to break here, guys. People are trying to break. Pay attention. I don't think they're going to get away. I think it's going to be really difficult for anybody to get away here, but you could get dropped. You can't win it if you're not in the front one, Patrick. They're in the right spot here. This is it. Just do the bare minimum. Yeah, looking good. Stewie's where he needs to be. You're all where you need to be. And remember, guys, if you're further back in the field, it's positions to 5, isn't it? So if you're in like 50 to 55th, that's a point. But then if you're 56 to 60th, that's 1 point less. So it's in 5s. So if you're 40 to 45th, if you're in like 43rd, you can relax. If you're in 50th, you're going to have to try and cling on. Okay, that rider off the front's got a good shout here of winning. But don't worry about them. Just do your thing here, guys. You know what to do, Patrick. You know exactly how to get a good finish out of this. Just trust in your power, trust in your decision-making, your positioning. You've done these sorts of finishes 1,000 times on the Snow Racing League. There's nothing different about this one. Everybody's cooked. You've got the best numbers here in this group. There's no sprinter in this group with a better sprint than you, Patrick, numbers-wise, just so you know. There's a win up for grabs here.
Come on,
Patrick, I'm going to go, mate. See who I can take.
Go on, Stewie. Go now. Attack everything you got. All in. This is everything you've got. You're not looking back. You're holding nothing. You're just every last, Go, 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 go. You're going to need more separation than that. You're going to need a bit more separation. Oh, go on, Stewie. You can win this.
Come on,
Oh, it's getting
Come
bigger
on,
and
Stewie.
bigger. The gap's getting bigger and bigger. Go on, caught Patrick. Go, 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 go. Everything you got. Good work, boys. Good effort. I know it was difficult there. Unlucky, Stewie. That very nearly stuck.
Oh,
I didn't have enough power.
It's okay. Yeah, I know, guys. We asked a lot from you on the segments. That was the primary goal today. Decent finishing position was desirable, but not what we were banking on.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Great work, everybody. Get a bit of a breather. The guys that are still rolling in, keep pushing. You need to keep going for those points.
That's nailed.
Nearly there, Colt. 1K left. 2K maybe. As soon as you get over the top of this. There's some really good riders in your group. That Deepen Matt guy is really good. He got third last week or whatever it was. And Keith, whatever his name is, from Electric Spirit. Some good riders in this group. Fucking hell.
You know when you go hard on a workout on Zwift and it gives you the fuzzy screen?
Oh, yeah. You got that in real life.
I've got that in my life.
Yeah, that's where you know you went deep, bud. Those, I know it sucks right now, but tomorrow, when you recover, you're going to be even fitter. Those are the moments where you get real gains.
Who's still on the course?
Colin's nearly there. Colin's got about a K left to go. He's with the Sandbaggers group.
Come on, Colin.
And Tommy's just a little bit further back as well, a couple minutes back.
Okay, keep going, guys.
that was a killer.
There is a point on offer here in the sprint, Colt. I think you just need to not get last in this group.
No problem.
And you'll get an extra point.
It's
He
yours.
needs to get fifth. He needs to get fifth out of sixth, I think. It's hard to tell with all the positions jostling around. Let Sam Atkinson go off at 15 watts per kilo, the fucking loser. He's sprinting for nothing. He's sprinting for nothing. There's no point on offer there. He's making no points. And he's got two teammates in the group. He's just left for dead. What a dick.
Okay, stay with them, Colin.
All right, time to open it up. If you've got anything left. You're in 46th, I think.
Okay, go, Colin. Nice, you got it.
Oh, you're in 45th. You're in 45th. If you can
Go,
hold
go,
on to
go.
that, you get a point. You get a point.
Faster, go, go, go.
Oh, he's done it. He's got a point. Beautiful.
Nice.
Great work.
Well, really cool.
Every fucking point counts, boys, as we've
Good
seen
job.
numerous times. The amount of times we've lost or won by 1 point is substantial. Hey, Tommy, right, over to you, bud.
Come on.
Nearly there, mate. Nearly there.
Come on, Tommy, you going?
I'll be last push, mate.
Oh.
Great work, buddy.
Nice.
That was tough.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Well done.
You know what? You were really actually you gained a lot of time on Colin's group, and I thought you did before. That was impressive. It looks like Joke had Pete Vale kicked out. Pete Vale got DC'd.
Well done, guys.
I got nothing for you in terms of results or anything like that yet, but as soon as it comes through, you'll be the first to hear it.
Yeah, I had nothing. I had 5th on the first sprint and then nothing after that.
That's fine.
11th
Well-
and 12th, I think. So
5th better than nothing. A lot of teams there are going to have got no points on most of those segments. So every segment point that we got is crucial.
I think I got 11th or 12th half of time, which sucks. I think.
I hope.
Yes, there's still nothing in the WTRL DB.
Hope I got some FTS points because on first lap I think I got 4th or something close to that. But I'm not sure. I didn't look at it after that if someone got better.
Hopefully, I doubt I'll be surprised if anybody got any better points than on the first sprint. Although that Sam Atkinson did go really hard on the second sprint and got 9.5.
Someone got 9.02 on that sprint.
Dude, somebody in A got 8.4, which is insane. Like on the sprint series, I think the best anyone ever did from our team until Patrick beat it this season was I did a 9.7. And that was at like 18 watts per kilo. And this guy just fucking did an 8.4. Do you even know how many? I can't even comprehend the watts per kilo on that. And that was in a race that he then carried on doing.
Also got pretty decent. 20 minutes.
Yeah. But that's what in A you get. You think there's some sandbaggers in B. Fuck me, man. In A, it's just the wild west of sandbaggers. But I've still got nothing for you. There's still absolutely nothing in the results.
I think I puked on the floor.
What's the point in having that bucket then?
It's too small. I missed it.
Like some crazy cycling biathlon, like sprint, puking the target.
You heard of like snot rockets, but that was like a puke rocket. Shot out like a
Projectile.
Yeah.
Looks like Patrick got 12th in the overall finish. I've got some overall finish results, but they don't really help us much because we didn't score massive amounts of points there, which we already know. The guy that won has got a 15 watt per kilo sprint, and he pretty much took most of the FTS points, I think. 89 kilo rider with a 15 watt per kilo sprint.
There are some heavy sprinters in this division.
Yeah, what I did think was really funny though was that fucking loser Matt Meanwell. Have you seen him? Who keeps posting on Zwift races and Zwift the WTRL page about everybody's asking me about my sprint tips and how I get such an amazing sprint. It's like, yeah, dude, it's quite easy. It looks like you inject steroids into your eyeballs and then go and work out at the gym loads, but you can still only do 3.1 for 20 minutes, you twat. Like, and he's there going, look at all my tips, how amazed I am. I noticed you weren't here today, Matt. Strange that, isn't it? It's because you would have got fucking destroyed. That's why. So even if you're a good sprinter, it don't mean much on these sorts of courses. You've got to have you got to be well at the top of your category and have a good sprint to score well in these races.
Yeah.
This is FTS. Even if you're going for FTS and you drop from the group on the first lap, you're fucked.
So he wasn't here today?
It doesn't look like it. No. And if he was, then he got dropped instantly. But that's the thing is he'll turn up on the flat weeks and go, yeah, look how great a sprint I am. But it's about who can turn up and score the most points as a team every week over the course of the season. And I think, to be fair, we've got a really good team for that. If you said to me, would you rather have Alvaro or Matt Meanwell in your team? I mean, it's not even a comp. You wouldn't even think twice about it, would you? It doesn't matter about his sprint at that point.
Thing is, I should have a better sprint, but whenever there is a surge, like a big surge before the sprint, I just totally empty myself. I don't know why. I don't have the recovery for the sprint afterwards.
There's an element of experience to it as well. So experience in terms of what you can empty into the tank and know that there's still a bit left, or like when I do those sorts of sprints, if I'm going all in, and I'm not going all in. It's two very different things. So like if I'm trying to score foul points there, and I know I'm doing a six lap race, I'm just not going as hard on the sprint. But if I'm just going to get binned off after this first sprint, I'm going all in on it. Then I go to I really empty the tank to the point where I can't even, like Stewie said, you can't see. But it just depends on the scenario, doesn't it? And when we're asking you guys to go to the end of to do 6 laps and to do that 6 times, it's very difficult. And there's an element of you need a bit of experience to know what's too much. And when there's points there and you see somebody's 5 meters ahead of you and you're just trying to catch them, it's really difficult not to go too hard or to not empty every last spot because you want the points and they're right there. But it's hard, guys. There's no way around it. This is in my opinion, this is one of the 3 hardest courses, along with stuff like Champs-Élysées, because it's just attrition, where it's 6 laps and it's just sprint, recover. It's way harder than if you've got like a 5-minute climb at the end. Whatever.
You're just recovering at a high tempo as well, aren't you? It's never a floor.
Yeah. You're never
slowly chipping away at your reserves all the time.
There's very little freewheeling in those races, is there? The only decent descents you get are after the com bypass when you're pretty cooked, and obviously after the sprint, and you can't go easy there because you're trying to pick up points on the sprint, so you get very, very little recovery.
Where did Barry Gibson come today? Is he in the race?
I don't see him. What's he in Wahoo Cole?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's here. No, he's not
He'll
here.
He'll ride tomorrow then, probably.
Oh, so looks like some points are starting to come in. Gareth James got 13 foul points. So it looks like there's foul points are starting to come in. And
How
on
many?
foul
30?
13. On foul points alone, we're ranked 4th out of 15. Sorry, that's on foul points and FTS. So actually what looks quite interesting here is the top 3 teams, none of them got any FTS points. They only got foul points. So they concentrated exclusively on foul, and it looks like it worked because they're in the top 3 teams. But we've got loads of points still to come through, guys, so don't look into it too much. That he scored really well because Sam Atkinson got a shitload of points. Dirty Beasts, both those teams scored well. Schlange's team scored well, but he didn't get anything. It looks like most of the points were scooped up by one rider per team. So Atkinson for 1, Jay Price for a Dirty Beasts team, Dessler, the guy that won. They all got a load of points.
He got slated in my group.
I don't understand how he got dropped.
We caught him. It was just him on his own. My group caught him, and they were all saying, "Let him." I said, "Let him do all the pulling." Someone said, "Yeah, but he will till he goes off." Quickly,
I don't get how he got dropped. I wonder if he had a dropout or something, because it's very suspicious that he got dropped. I've never. If you look at his racing and stuff, me and Chris Lawrence were talking beforehand. He wins like every race he does.
Yeah.
So it's weird that he got dropped there. I can only assume he misjudged it something or got a dropout.
Probably dropout.
Or doesn't want to get overpowered.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to be in 6th place. Sixth place without any finish points. So if I'm being brutally honest, we may drop a place or 2 when the finish points come in.
Yeah.
But we just have to wait and see what it looks like. Then I wouldn't take those results too seriously yet. And also, Sam Atkinson might get DQ'd. I don't really know how it's going to work.
He probably won't, because that's probably what he sat up. He got loads of sat ups.
But I don't mean DQ'd for that. I mean DQ'd because he's not supposed to be racing because he's banned. And then he's created a new Zwift Power profile to get around the ban and linked his account to that and joined up. So that's circumventing a ban. So he shouldn't be racing, full stop.
Is he put his own name in there?
Yeah, he's got his own name. He's got his own linked Strava account. So what happened is they banned his Zwift Power account and he just created a new Zwift Power account 10 days ago.
He must be bored.
I'm not sure if he's created a new Strava, a new Zwift account to get around that or not. But his Zwift Power account is
Sounds
totally
like too
new.
much effort or that.
Yeah, it is.
Is
It
it-
is,
is-
and also like it's too. But you think about it, he's also weight doping, and he's got the fake power. So it's like he's going to every length to try and win these virtual races in V1. It's like if you're that good, dude, fuck off to A. Like
What's
what?
that? The bloke that's his kid's account. Is that him?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember you saying.
So if you, the thing is, like, if you're that good, why are you here? It's just like going, it's like Usain Bolt going, fuck it, I'm gonna go smash the Special Olympics and destroy them all. Yeah, I'm sure you could, but why? Like, why don't you go and compete with your equals? Like, I don't get it. It makes no sense.
He's like 4.5 in 20 minutes.
No, he's way more than that. That's what his power is on his new profile in the last 10 days. His 20-minute power is significantly higher than that in reality. It's over 5.
What the hell?
His 1 minute
Fuck's he
power is
doing?
11.7 watts per kilo for a minute. That puts him in the top 0.01% of riders on Zwift Power. Do you think that's real, or do you think it's
that puts
total
him
bullshit?
in pro levels. I
Well,
just
it's
saw
more
today.
than pro. More than pro.
Like the pros do 10. Like an average pro does 10 watts per kilo for 1 minute.
Look,
The average domestic.
I don't think that's true, Alvaro. If I'm being honest, it's not true. It's not, because there's all different
I
kinds.
just said the
all different
average
kinds of-
domestic, not like the elite.
No, not the average domestic. The average domestic definitely can't do 10 watts per kilo for a minute. It's way too high. Yeah, your average domestic's going to struggle to do 8 for a minute. Like 10 watts per kilo is really good. Like my 10, if I would 10 watts per kilo for me, only on that metric, if you ignored the fact that I'm shitting every other way, on that metric would be enough to make me a domestic pro in the UK. The Tour de France pros, the best, Alaphilippe's probably doing about 12 for a minute. Wout van Aert maybe 11.5, something like that. And we know that because they've released their power files on Strava and people have analyzed it. And also you can do something called VAM analysis, where you see how quickly they're gaining vertical altitude meters. So you can, even if they don't upload their power, you can work it out using maths how much watts per kilo they're doing. If you know their weight and you know how fast they got up the hill, you can work out their watts per kilo, right? So we know for a fact that people like Alaphilippe and Wout van Aert are doing like 11.5 for a minute. Your average domestique ain't that good. They're going to struggle to do that. 10 watts per kilo is pretty good for a minute, man.
Well, I will try to find what I read in the Discord. What I read was 5% of pros do 12 watts per kilo, and then 25% or 20 that do 11, and then 50% 10, which may be too much, as you say.
I think that's a bit high. I reckon it's not unreasonable to think that 5% of pros do 11.5. To be honest. So if you look at this, I'm looking at something called, do you know what the COG and FTP chart is? No, let me send it to the group. So that tells you the categorizations for what people do that's good. Here, let me put it in the chat group for you.
I think I'm on level par with a 65-year-old bloke. I reckon I was the oldest guy in that.
But obviously, what we're saying here is those values for a minute are specialists. So if for example, like your average domestique in the peloton probably isn't doing 10 watts per kilo for a minute, but they're probably doing 5.5 watts per kilo, no problem, for 20 minutes. Pretty much that's a requirement. But so, for example, like Marcel Kittel, obviously he's at the top end of the sprint power, but Marcel Kittel famously had like one of the lowest FTPs in the peloton. His 20-minute power is still 4.95, 5.0. And he was like famously one of the weakest riders in the peloton at 20 minutes.
Yeah, otherwise he would OTL every Tour of the France.
Yeah, exactly. So you still got to be super strong, even if you're like, it's not your specialty or whatever. Like Cavendish is still absolute animal, even though he's just like a sprinter. There you go. Just put that in the thing. It's quite interesting. It's not, obviously I wouldn't use that black and white, it's exactly these numbers are exactly right. But that's quite a good guide. It's called the Coggan FTP chart. And Coggan's the guy that invented FTP. He's the one. He's the one.
About 1960.
Yeah, he's the one that made it. It's quite a flawed metric, FTP.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't really.
No, but even if he invented 6 or did it in the 7, it's still like worthwhile.
Yeah, it's the famous stuff like BMI. It's like it's a good framework. I wouldn't hang my hat on it, like everything, but it's better than just sort of guessing at stuff for definite. And it's interesting when you're trying to understand the numbers that you see people do on Zwift. So when you see people doing 6 point, like there was a guy that I raced with in A last week that did 6.8 watts per kilo for 5 minutes. For 11 minutes, sorry. And if you actually look at that on that chart, that's like world class pro. So when you look at it on Zwift and you're going, oh, this guy's pretty